Hey there, everybody. Meteorologist Shane Smith here with you on Saturday, February 8th, 2025. Welcome to the Bluegrass Weather Report. And we've got some active weather heading our way, not just tonight, but the next several days. Let's get right to it. We are expecting the potential of some gusty wind driven thunderstorms tonight. In fact, the wind's already cranking enough down in southeast Kentucky that a wind advisory has been issued for all the counties highlighted in brown. That includes London and Corbin, Somerset, back over towards Hazard, Jackson, down to Whitesburg, Harlan, Middlesboro, Corbin, Williamsburg, Pikeville, all within the confines of this. Hyden, Hindman, back up into McGoffin County, Sayersville, Floyd County, Johnson County under this wind advisory. So some gusty winds, 40 miles per hour or greater tonight, and the potential of some gusty wind-driven thunderstorms. Let me pull up Radar Omega real quick and show you what we're talking about. We are watching for the potential of some very, very gusty wind-driven thunderstorms to come in later this evening. Let me refresh that real quick because it is struggling just a little bit. Let me put that back into motion. There we go. So this is 8 o'clock tonight, and you'll notice a strong line of thunderstorms stretching from Ashland to Irvine down towards Somerset and Bowling Green, and that will push its way eastward tonight. And with that, we could see some wind gusts pushing close to 60 to 70 miles per hour. So that definitely could cause some issues, power outages, knock down some limbs, blow over trash cans. So make sure to hunker down and get everything secure this evening. And the Storm Prediction Center does have us outlined under a marginal risk for all the area in the dark green. So that includes Bowling Green, Glasgow, Campbellsville, E-Town, all the way up to Cincinnati, Lexington, Frankfort, over to Moorhead, down towards Hazard, Ashland in on that, West Liberty, Moorhead, London, Corbin. So a good chunk of the Bluegrass state is under that risk of severe weather tonight. Now, that's a 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. So this is not going to be a big time outbreak. I don't even think it'll be as bad as what we saw earlier in the week. But this is going to be just another round in a very active pattern that is taking shape and shows no real signs of letting up. Let's go real quick over to the GFS model and take a look at what it is showing. And you're going to see we got that line of storms coming through tonight. And then, as we go into Tuesday night, that's where things get interesting. Low pressure develops along a stationary boundary. We're going to have the cold air off to our north, warm air off to the south, and the boundary sets up right on top of Kentucky. And we're going to see just little areas of low pressure develop along that boundary next week. Looks like we'll get one storm moving in on Monday night into Tuesday. Another one potentially as we go Wednesday night into Thursday. And exactly how these storms develop and how they track is going to determine what we see. And then another one Saturday into next Sunday. So that's 3 storms in the course of the week, and a 4th one on Monday, that are going to bring us some pretty significant precipitation, whether it be rain, sleet, or snow. It's all kind of on the table. Let's take a closer look at that Monday-Tuesday system. This is Tuesday morning, 3 o'clock. The GFS showing the rain-snow line somewhere along the Kentucky-Tennessee border, just north of it. The European model, a little bit further north for that. And then the Canadian model, show it real quick. Even further north, back up towards central Kentucky, showing less cold air. So 3 different solutions at play. And then we get that next system after that and the system after that for next weekend leading into next week. So by the time all is said and done, we're going to put down some pretty significant liquid precipitation. We'll not talk about the frozen for just a second. But just looking at the 7-day rainfall prediction from the Weather Prediction Center, starting today and going through next Saturday, 7 a.m., most of the state, 2 to 3 inches of rain. And folks, we're already saturated, especially down here in southern Kentucky. We had some flooding already from the storms the last couple of days. The ground is just spongy. It's full of water. And I suspect a lot of central Kentucky is in the same boat just because you all had all that ice pack and snowpack on the ground for so long. So I'm growing concerned next week. We'll put the winter weather off to the side, just concerned about the sheer amount of liquid precipitation or whether it's frozen and eventually melts. We could have some high water issues next week. Flooding, both flash flooding and river flooding, a possibility. There's a lot of water in a system that's already saturated. A lot of the creeks and streams already running high. And we're going to dump 2 to 4 inches on top of it, and that may be conservative. That's a little concerning. Now, as far as the winter weather, I don't want to jump too quick into this, and here is why. We're still a couple of days out. The models have been all over the place. There has been very little consistency and very little run-to-run consistency, and not very much convergence. All the models are saying something different. So I'm not just going to jump in and say, oh, we're going to see a big snow from this. Especially southern Kentucky. If you're Highway 80 south, Cumberland Parkway, Hal Rogers Parkway south, this feels like mainly a rain event to me, this first storm. And then I think most everybody's in for a rain event on the second storm on Thursday. Central Kentucky, northern Kentucky, maybe a little bit of a different story on this first storm. Y'all have at least a better chance of snow up there, but I'm still not completely sold on it. Guys, these storms, especially with these southern tracks, are tough to nail down. 20 to 50 miles can make a world of difference. The other thing is that's going to play a factor into this, had this happened 2 weeks ago, I would have said, oh yeah, everything's going to stick. That's going to make the forecasting of snow a lot easier, but we're not in that point. We have been very warm this week. A lot of the ground's thawed out. It's warmed back up, so we're going to have to do quite a bit of cooling before we get some significant sticking. And it's wet, which will also cut back on snow potential. So there's a lot of things that go into the forecast before we nail down just how much rain and snow we're going to see. So just recapping everything, tonight I'm most concerned about the wind and the potential of a few isolated severe storms. Main concern with those gusty winds, 60 to 70 miles per hour. Don't think hail will be a big deal. There will be some isolated heavy rain. There will be some lightning, but at least right now it looks like with those storms forming that line and pushing through, we should avoid widespread flooding issues. Flooding could be something we have to talk about on Tuesday, and again on Thursday, and again on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next weekend into next week. So just now's the time to go ahead and start getting weather aware. If you don't have a weather radio, it might be a good time to get one because the pattern is definitely looking active. You'll want ways to be able to get warnings. There is the potential of some severe weather with some of these systems. That's something we'll have to wait and see system by system. There is the potential of winter weather. We got a little bit of a break, and now Mother Nature is cranking it back up again. And I see no signs of this pattern letting up anytime in the next week or two. So something to just be aware of. All right, so we've chatted weather for almost 10 minutes. Thanks for stopping by here on Facebook and on YouTube. And might do a live for that system on Tuesday, or we'll do it Monday night for Tuesday if we need to talk about that. So until next time, take care and stay weather aware.